Alrighty guys, I'm going to be showing you how to use this fuel ratio tool today. There's a few different things we should know about it before we start to gather how we use it. A few things is Lectron Fuel Systems supports this guy right here. So essentially what this is a base and then a drop down gauge. So what we're trying to accomplish is to be able to, if you've made adjustments to the metering rod after Lectron gives it to you essentially, and you're just trying to see where you're at in relation to what they sent it out to, this is a good way to do it. Or if you're lost in what you're trying to do and you're trying to go back to your stock setting to what Lectron gives it out at. So what we're going to do is, the first things first is we want to make sure that this is calibrated, and I will show you how to calibrate this guy. So when you receive this, Lectron pre-dials these, so you should be able to just take your slide assembly and go to town on it. But just in case you've gotten it and you've gotten the idea to zero this gauge out, so you did that essentially right after you got it, that's wrong. And I'm going to show you how to put it back. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take our metering rod and our slide assembly, and we're going to measure it. What I'm going to measure is this brass piece located here to the top of this metering rod. So I'm going to place that there, and I'm just going to come until it touches. It touched. Right now I'm sitting at 2.005. I'm just going to write that down. So I've taken note of my starting length. That way, if I mess something up and I get lost, I can always just return to that starting length, and I know that I've ran my bike on this starting length, so it should work. So I'm going to unscrew this guy right here using Lectron's metering rod tool. So we're going to take this guy out. Bam. Calipers back up. Okay, so obviously there's a flat side to it, and then the other part is round. Normally we would put the flat side into the gauge to read, but for tuning this gauge back, or calibrating it I should say, what we're going to do is we're actually going to turn the metering rod sideways, just like that. So the flat side should be facing towards the camera like that. So you can see I have my metering rod sticking through that hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unlock this tensioner and just unscrew it out a little bit. All this does is this puts tension on this dial face. So that way if somebody mishandles it and they grab it like this, or it drops, there's less opportunity for this dial to move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the needle on 6/1000ths. That is how Lectron pre-tunes them at their facility. So right now, we're sitting at 6. If you didn't catch that, you unscrew this. And then we're just going to push it to 6 right there. And we're just going to snug this up. Do not over tighten this because it will strip. After that, what we got to do is we've now calibrated our gauge. We're going to reinsert this rod into our assembly.